This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
He's over the top in his promo here. He's saying that he beat Brett in his own home country with his own hold and ran him down south with the rest of those dinosaurs. And he also says, I would never try to beat up a 52-year-old man. Of course, he's talking about the Vince McMahon backstage fight. He also says he's a fighting champion, and that brings Ken Shamrock out. And they're going to be challenged for a fight right then. I guess if we've got to have something to follow up, sort of an act 2 from what just happened with Brett, Ken Shamrock gets the nod. We've talked about Shamrock a little bit here about how you just didn't find him to be very reliable, but he could have been in 1998 a big player for you guys if those circumstances were different, right?
Well, he missed a shot. That's only the one time and I fined him for that after I warned him a couple of times for being late. Then he found him no-showed. And a lot of bookers, administrators have just fired him. I didn't feel like that was where we needed to go. Kenny Shamrock was just on the cusp of becoming a huge star for us.
Right.
And there's no doubt. So his reliability issues were addressed, and once we got that cleared up, he was not problematic whatsoever. And I've grown to really like Kenny. He's a man's man. But he didn't have a lot of experience in the pro wrestling world and the whole chemistry of the dynamics of it. And I couldn't get the MMA out of him. It's like having a football player. You don't want to come try out to be a wrestler until you get the football out of your system, if that's your background. I tell guys that all the time. I told guys that a lot. Well, I might have one more year. I might get picked up as a free agent. Well, that's what you should do. We're going to be here. Go live your dream. And maybe you get lucky, man, and you click with some team that works out well for you. But Kenny wanted to wrestle or fight, I should say, 2 or 3 times a year. And for big money, and he was commanding big money. So now he's off the road. He's home more. He can train in his own environment. So I lost him to that deal. I couldn't out recruit the MMA. So, but Kenny was a good dude, man. But the other thing about Kenny is that he was not to be trifled with. So we better be, I don't think Shawn was ever going to find himself, even with Hunter at his side. I don't like their chances. Because Shamrock was a beast and with a very intense temper. So, but I had I don't want people to misunderstand that. I thought Kenny had some reliability issues, partying, missing his wake-up call, missing his flight. And then when you're going to a place like to El Paso, I think it was, there's not just a ton of flights going to El Paso. So, He was a good dude. I like Kenny. I wish he had not left and gone back to MMA. If he had not gone back to the MMA, we'd be talking about Kenny Shamrock as a former WWE champion, top of the heap. He's the kind of guy that you could build around. He had a great look, but the stuff with he and Shawn just seemed to make sense because we didn't want to put Austin with Shawn. Yet. Wasn't time. Getting close, but it wasn't time.
It's worth mentioning that Shawn can't help himself. And around this time, Shamrock gets Shawn in an ankle lock, and Shawn is going to sell for him and tap out. But he does all of this while he's still got a sucker in his mouth, which is just peak Shawn.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.